So let's see if we have a related species genome already assembled, how can we get benefit out of it? We might use it as a guide to do a guided assembly. So the availability of related species good quality genome, having large reliable scaffolds is always a great help, and it helps in guiding the assembly of the target species, and it can also help in verifying the completeness of the assembly. So once you are done with your assembly, you can compare with some related species and you can find if we expect that they are 80 to 90% similar, same thing you can see in their or close to it you can see in their assemblies. So it can also help those related species assemblies to be corrected. So sometimes you might find that those assemblies which you are using as a guide, they might have some issues. So that in this comparison, you can also fix some of their issues also. But sometimes it can cause errors if we have different architectures have been used, or if different approaches for assemblies have been used. Or sometimes you might have another issue, like if you are using these guided assemblies, you might be kind of overfitting. So you are kind of already biased towards if you have that reference already available. So that might not uh, mm, you know help you explore some more novelties in your genome, which for which you are doing this assembly. Another factor is which is really important, that what strategies you are using, what algorithms you are using, what software you are using, what sequencing platform you are using for your assembly. So that factor is also important in this genome assembly project. So here we can see a comparison for a bacterial versus vertebrate, or we can say prokaryote versus a eukaryote genome. For prokaryote or bacteria, you can use shotgun or mate paired, and then you can use 454. Your reads are over 500 nucleotides, and then at the coverage is 25x. So in this case, you might want to use assembler. We call it as Nubler. Same way you can come up with the PAS bio reads, and then for that you can use Celera or PBGLA. For vertebrate genome, you can have paired end reads, which are 100 nucleotides from Illumina. For that you need to have then big coverage, which is 100x. Obviously that is also expected for a eukaryotic genome, and the assembler which is to be used with these Illumina reads is all paths LG. We'll talk about these assemblers in a later section, which is coming from few more sections from now onwards. So what so far we have seen here is that availability of a related species good quality genome might help in a guided assembly, and the sequencing approaches and assembly strategies are interdependent.